screen. My StreamYard is a bit slow, but how is everyone doing on this Sunday afternoon? Welcome to A Queen's Roundtable Show. Shall I say another awesome episode of A Queen's Roundtable Show. I have a wonderful guest here. I can't wait to get started. But let me just give a quick introduction. I'm your host, Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. I do A Queen's Roundtable Show every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the idea behind the actual show is to bring on a different entrepreneur each time. And we basically talk openly and honestly about entrepreneurship, the ups and the downs. And we end on a note of an educational note where each special guest shares vital information with you for you to be able to take with you and start using it to scale your business. All right. So thanks again. And let's go ahead and get started. My guest today is Stacey Walker. I'm going to let her introduce herself to you.
Jacqueline, before I introduce myself, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to come back to a Queen's Roundtable. I mean, I feel like I'm a part of the family. I've been here back so many times, and I just love going on this journey with you, and it's just an honor to be here. And again, thank you so much. I love everything that you're doing. So for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Stacey Walker. I'm best known as a digital marketing strategist. I'm a business coach. I help coaches, consultants, and healers design a customized client attraction method that's aligned with their mission, vision, and personality so they can, reach whatever income goal, whatever that is. But I'm always focused on you getting their businesses to, 6 figures and beyond, because I'm all about women being able to become financially self-reliant, being able to use their wealth to not only take care of their family, their businesses, their community, and the world as a whole. So my mission is about helping people use their unique gifts and talents and abilities and be able to monetize those gifts and be able to help improve the quality of people's lives. So that is what I do in a nutshell. I've been an entrepreneur since 2008, and I tell you, I absolutely love it. Never knew this was going to be the journey, my path that I was going to be on. I ended up getting sick back in 2007. I was working a traditional, 9 to 5. It was one of those careers where you would retire at, and I obtained that career early on in my early 20s and ended up getting sick. And guess what? God had planned for me and a calling, and I listened to that calling and I followed it, even though I didn't know, how to build a business. I didn't even know me being a business owner was an option for me, because of how I was raised, what they tell us in school. So it's really been an outstanding journey, and I am just getting started. There's just so much more.
Wow. I just have to say wow, because I'm just always in awe of you, and just, your humbleness, and just how you just have so much knowledge. And I like the way you, share and you give back, and you're really concerned about, like, because I don't know how long Stacie and I have been knowing each other for a while now online. Mm-hmm. And, what's so remarkable to me about Stacie is that, working with her as a client, was awesome, was an awesome experience, but it's an ongoing relationship. I've had situations where, I've worked with coaches, and then, once you're not a client, you kind of don't, you don't hear anything else from them, and, they don't really tend to respond, like if you, hit them up or ask them different questions. But it has truly been, we actually created a relationship. Mm-hmm. And, you've been so supportive over these last several years. And I just really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate your genuineness.
Thank you. And, that's a reoccurring theme that comes up for anybody that I've worked with, because here's the thing, I genuinely care. I see the best in everybody that I work with. And I already understand going in that in order for me to decide to work with you, like I need to, you know, of course, understand your vision. Of course, I only see the best out of you. I only see your potential. I really don't see like where you're at right now. I'm seeing who you're becoming. And, you know, a relationship when it comes to working with someone, it's not just a business relationship. You know, our values need to be similar. You got to be somebody that is going all in, because I'm 100% committed to your success. And it's a relationship. At the end of the day, it's a relationship. And I want to continue to see you win. I want to continue to cheer you on. I want to be a part of your inner circle. Most of my clients that I've worked with, or most of the people I've worked with in the past, we're still connected today. And, you know, I think it's just very important to have as many people around you who not only you can support, but also who can support you on the journey. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we are doing big things, you know, going way beyond maybe what we thought we were capable of achieving and doing. And we need to be in this together for as long as possible so we can realize our goals and dreams. Because I seriously believe that from the bottom of our heart that each and every one of us on this planet is meant to help somebody, you know, realize their dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always like to ask all of my guests this. Yeah. So what's your why behind your business? I know you said you started in 2008. Mm-hmm. But what was the driving force? You know, how did it come about?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. So in 2008, my why is totally different than what it is now. So in 2008, my why was I wanted to make enough money to where I wasn't going to be homeless, or my son, my husband at the time, because, you know, we were going through our savings, and I was on bed rest for almost a year, which is why I built my business from my bed. And my why was I wanted to make enough money to pay the bills, so we wouldn't be homeless. But as I continued to go on this journey, I'd say about 5 years in, my why changed, because I finally got past, you know, I got past the income that most people are shooting for when they start their businesses. That could be anywhere between 5K and 10K. And I ended up getting there, and it became no longer about the money. Like, here's the thing. I know like a lot of us will get into business because of the money. I mean, of course, who doesn't want financial freedom, right? But there comes a point to where you need to actually have a why beyond the money, because there's going to come a time when money's not going to be the driving force anymore, because it's coming in and you've adjusted to a new life. So in order to be able to keep going, you know, and through the good, the bad, and the ugly, you need to have a why that goes beyond that. So my why changed 5 years in, and my goal was my why was to be able to help other people become financially self-reliant, which has always been my goal. But I mean, I really wasn't focused on it, because one thing that I learned back then was like if I take care of myself and I'm better, then that gives me the opportunity to help other people do the same. And that's going to continue to cause a ripple effect that's going to affect the world. And every single one of us is capable of doing this. Like when I first started, I really didn't think I would have a big impact in anyone's life, including my own. So I finally reached a time where like I was like, I can't make this about me anymore. And then again, my why changed again last year when I decided to rebrand my business from a personal brand to a business brand, because I wanted the company to represent driven people, to be able to, you know, not only recognize their talents and abilities, but know that they can monetize those talents and abilities and be able to build a business 6 figures and beyond, and be able to do it with low volume but high value business model, which means that it's kind of the opposite of what most people you see doing, to where they're trying to get as many followers as possible, trying to build as many people on their email list as possible. I don't know what my son's doing. I'm sorry if you heard that in the background. And here's the thing, like, I realized that my motivator was I was going to help people design their version of their incredible life and do it in a way that's aligned with their mission, vision, and personality, because there's a lot of good coaches and experts out there. However, there's no one out there that is able to help people in the way that I do, because it's where you can build your business around your life and not the other way around. Like, most people are burning themselves out and trying to use other people's strategies and try to fit inside a box. And that's just not how we're going to continue to grow and thrive. So I decided that, you know what's the most important thing in this world is for us to be able to live our version of an incredible life, to be able to build a business of our dreams that's aligned with their mission, vision, and personality, because I think that's the biggest way that, we can all thrive as we build our businesses, because it impacts everyone. It impacts everyone. Of course, it starts with you, but it's, like I said, it's a ripple effect. So my vision for Unleash Your Ambition is, like, really to change the world.
Wow, that's a mouthful, and I like that. I like it. It's two things.
Yeah.
One, not just two things, but two things I want to kind of touch on is how you mentioned about your vision or your why has changed. And secondly, about how you create a unique experience, because, and you know what, and I'm sorry, now my son's yelling in the background.
It's okay.
The thing is, before we go live, I give this whole speech. I remind him, but still, he does this. So
same here. I'm just like, oh, I have to keep saying it and just keep saying it until it works.
Right. So, and the second piece that you mentioned was that sometimes people are killing themselves trying to follow someone else's business model, I guess. And I'm paraphrasing. I know, these weren't exact words you used.
Oh, you're on point.
About how you help an individual to be able to show up, in their area of greatness and genius as something that's comfortable for them, something that works for them, because I think a lot of times, and I hadn't even anticipated with even talking about this, but I'm just flowing, everybody. I'm flowing right now.
I love it.
Yeah. So, but it's just that I think oftentimes people see a particular coach or they follow this particular person, and they just kind of assume that if this person took this path, to create success, then that's the exact path that they have to go. Yep. And because everybody is different, and even sometimes it changes, right? I mean, like, when I initially started out, I wasn't I've always been primarily focused on women, African-American women. However, now my StreamYard are sticking a little bit. However, now I'm more focused on entrepreneurs, and being able to give them tips and tools, even though the same tips and tools can help many people. They don't just have to be an entrepreneur, but that's just who I primarily focus on now, which wasn't the case, when I originally started, so I think it's good for people to hear that, just because you started with one particular why, or, you're going to evolve, because we're constantly growing. We're constantly growing as people, and that's just a natural part of the process, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I love that you brought up that, when most of us, and this is like so common, is that we start looking at what other people are doing. And we think, oh, well, if we do those particular things, then we're going to get the results that they're getting. And we always have to keep in mind, like, this still happens to me today, because I start focusing out and I'm just like, no, I need to bring it back in. So it never really goes away. It's just a part of the human condition. But what you need to do is, like, be aware when you're doing that, because here's the thing. We don't know that person's journey, unique path. We don't know their whole vision. We're not all up inside their head. We don't know what's called, we don't know what their calling is, their purpose is. We have no idea the things that they experience growing up from a child to an adult. We don't know what kind of relationships they've built with people. We don't know how much time, money, resources, energy they have invested in getting the results that that we see them experiencing, because there's no such thing as an overnight success. Somebody could, like, for example, somebody could like have been following me for the past 3 years. Like maybe they connected with me like 3 years ago. And even though I share this publicly, like when I started, that was in 2008. We're in 2021 right now. And my business is last year finally picked up. I'm not saying that it wasn't, in a bad situation before, but if somebody is on the outside looking in, it might look like, wow, you blew up really quick. And it's like, no, it's been quite a journey. And and we have to remember that. And also when we're comparing our journey to another person's, it disempowers us. It disempowers us. It deflates us. And that's not the type of energy or thoughts that come with the deflating that you want to carry with you, because it's going to keep you from getting ahead. So I always tell myself and the people that I work with, keep your blinders on, because this is your journey. You're creating this journey. You're co-creating this journey with God. So your situation is going to look different from other people. The method, I basically give people a framework to work with, and what you do inside of it is aligned with your mission, vision, and personality, to attract the right people who are a perfect match for, whatever you have to offer, and to be able to make consistent sales to where your business is sustainable and profitable. So the framework is just basically the foundational pieces that any successful business out there has. And like what you do inside of that, that's where the magic happens, because that's where your essence and your ideas and your genius is breathed into the business that you've created. And that alone will help you stand out from anyone else or any other business in the world that is quote unquote similar to yours. It's not, because no one can be you. There's no one like you on this planet. No one can access your thoughts. No one can even access the vision that has been imprinted on your heart. So we just have to stop focusing outside and just focus within, surround ourselves around people who also are doing the same. And I tell you, you're not only your business is going to thrive, you're going to grow so much. And that's what's going to cause the success. It's because of your personal growth.
I have to admit, I've fallen into that whole comparison, trap, if you will. And I think, like you said, I think that's just human nature. I think it's human nature,
Absolutely.
to compare. And I think for anyone to say that they've never done it, or, that kind of thing would be a big stretch.
Right. That'd be a lie. I'd be like, no.
I'm not going to say, it would be a big stretch. But I do notice that, it's kind of it has a domino effect, if you will, because let's just say you're following other people, and you're like, oh, I remember we started out together in this mastermind, and look at what she's doing now, and look at this individual over here. It seems like they're kind of, gaining traction, and I'm not, and it's like it has like a domino effect, because you see that. And then that begins to impact your mindset, and then your mindset impacts what you do in your business or what you don't do in your business. So I just think it can become a vicious cycle. So
Mm.
here's what I would like for you all to take away from it is that what Stacie said about those blinders is sometimes the best thing, because it allows you to be able to focus on what you're doing. It allows you to be able to focus on what feels good to you, what feels right. You can focus more on what's working, what you're doing that's working, and what you're doing that may need some adjustments, and you can also, it'll also help you sometimes focus and know what areas in your business you need assistance with, because, and this is a whole nother topic, but
Yeah.
at different times, because Stacie, I know you and I have talked before about it, different
Mm-hmm.
times in your different stages in your business, you may need different types of coaches, so that will help you to know what you need at that time, or what you need assistance with, or what you need to work on at that time. And also help you to stay motivated and to help you be more creative. Because I noticed that if I'm not focusing on what everybody else is doing, I have a better sense of what I want to do, and the way I want to
Absolutely.
see, the way I want to see things play out, or different projects that I want to take on.
I love that. Yes, that's you hit the nail on the head, because yes, it is definitely just a part of the human condition to compare ourselves. Like if you are don't think that you do, I mean, that's not, we have to get like real with ourselves in order to realize, like, okay, what are the things not serving us? I mean, we're allowed to do those things. Like we're humans, so I don't want anybody to feel like bad or guilty or have shame about doing those things. It's like once you're aware that you're doing those things, it's like, okay, I'm focusing too much out here. I need to pull it back in and know that all the answers are inside of me. I have everything that I need and want right now that's going to help me get to that next step. That's going to help me, achieve that goal that seems quote unquote impossible right now. Because we are so powerful. Like if we can really recognize how powerful we are, that we have the ability to um, come up with ideas from our thoughts and be able to create something tangible outside of us. I mean, that's pretty powerful. Like everything that you see around you, like just scan your room. All of that began with it being up here in somebody's head. So that's just how powerful you are. You're able to create. You are a creator, which means that you don't need any validation outside of yourself to know that you are able to be able to have whatever your heart desires, really. I always look at it like, I always recognize, like, okay, why am I being triggered by this person? Or why do I feel like I always have to like ask myself, like, why do I feel this way? Like if I feel a little jealous that somebody has something, I'm like, you know what? That's the sign that that's something that I want, right? And I have to ask myself, well, why don't I have it right now? Because if that person has it, then of course I can. So it's a twofold thing. It helps you realize, like, okay, you're focusing on that. Why are you focusing on that? It's something that you really want, right? Whether it's jealousy or somebody triggered you about something, just something like that. It's because it's something that you want and you don't have yet. And you just have to like use that as like a motivator, as inspiration. Like, okay, if that person can have that, that's like evidence that I can create this in my life. So we can turn these things around, like when we do have these thoughts and we're focusing out. Because again, like I tell you, we have been conditioned to look outside of ourselves for the answers. Like that has been something that's been going on for many generations. It's taught in schools. I mean, it's okay to look without to evaluate some things and assess, but we can't depend on that 100% of the time. in order for things to work out the way that we want to, we need to look within and really trust ourselves and really get to know ourselves and really understand, okay, when we're running, when we're trying to run away from our purpose, or when we're not saying like things that are expressions of love to ourselves. I had a session with a client last week, and I had to ask her, like, do you really love yourself? Because she was too focused about like what other people thought about her. And I was like, what other people think about you is really none of your business. What's the most important is like what you think about you. So, that's the thing. We need to recognize like what we think about us. And if you think about yourself as you are a capable person who can achieve and have and do and be whatever you want, it's done. It's done. Yeah.
Like that, Stacey. You say it's done.
It's done.
I don't think I've ever met anybody outside of the, field of social work, or clinicians that is so introspective. I don't think I've ever met anyone as introspective as you are, like I said, outside of my field. And I promise this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, or the last comment, and then I'm going to let you get into your topic, because I want to make sure you have enough time to tell the ladies, what you have, coming up and how they can find you. So I want to make sure we have enough time for everything. But how you mentioned that when you look at someone and you see, you scroll through someone's feed, you see something, and that initial feeling is jealousy, let's just say. Or they have that, why don't I have that? Or why hasn't that happened for me? About actually asking yourself that hard question. I mean, identifying it, admitting it, because sometimes people just see it and they get a feeling and then they just dismiss it, but to actually kind of delayer it, if you will, and really walk yourself through it. Okay, I'm feeling a little, I'm hating a little bit right now. Why am I doing that? Okay, I'm feeling a little jealousy. Why do I feel jealous? I feel jealous because this, and this, let's just say. But then when you cycle it back, typically the root of jealousy is that someone has something that you feel like you deserve or that you should have, and you don't have it. But it really goes back to you, because if you really understand your true power and know that you have, in essence, you have what you need to be able to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, may not be next month. But if you fully believe that you have the ability to bring that forward, then there's really no need to be jealous. You know what I mean? But I don't want you to beat yourself up about it. I want you to be aware of it, because it's when you're aware of these types of emotions is when you can effectively address it, so it doesn't spin off into something else and cause you to become stuck or give up or chip away at your self-esteem.
Yep.
So I wanted to.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, because I know when we were working together, I really was not. I mean, I was kind of introspective, but not at the level that I am now. And the reason why is because, even though I'm a marketing strategist, right? And I used to be the type of person that didn't really believe in personal development. I thought it was just a way for people to prey on somebody's weaknesses. Like, those were the beliefs I was carrying with me up until like about 2017. So like when we started connecting with each other, I was just mainly focused on strategy, and I was becoming more of a student on mindset, the way that we think. Why do we think? Where do beliefs come from? What is our subconscious mind? What is our conscious mind? Why do we do the things that we do? And then it came to like, why do I do the things that I do? Why do I believe these things? What is going on in my subconscious mind? And the way that you know what's going on in your subconscious mind is like, if you take a look at like where your life is right now, basically you have you've helped create something based off of, beliefs that you've shared, taken with you. Like, So I really had to look within and really learn more about myself in order to better help other people. But it starts with, like, if I want to have a better quality of life, if I want to be able to have a business that's not only going to sustain my life, but other people's lives, my family, my community, the people that work, inside my business, like, that can't happen without me changing myself, right? Like, and this is another part of, like, people looking outside of themselves to try to get the answers. It's like, if you focus just on you, I guarantee that everything outside of you is going to change. Now, of course, there's some circumstances that we have no control over, and I'm not talking about those things, right? Like, there's a lot of craziness going on in this world. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about you, what you can control, what you can create in your life. So it goes back to you. Like, you can't do anything about what other people are doing, but you can make the necessary changes in yourself to create a different life for yourself and to impact people's lives in a positive way, if that's what you want to do. Like, not everybody has to do that thing. That's what I want to do, but it doesn't mean that the next person wants to do that. So it's a matter of, like, figuring out, like, what do you want to do? And if the beliefs and thoughts and the results that you're getting in your life, you don't like them, well, it starts with you to change them. So it started with, like, me just, like, really diving into who Stacie was, who am I? And am I believing this because somebody told me, or is this something that I really believe just because of me evaluating this thing? Like, a lot of us, we have taken on beliefs that weren't even ours to begin with, but we took it, and our lives have been affected by those things. But if you evaluate the things that you believe, and you're going to be like, you know what, that belief is not serving where I'm going or the life that I want. I need to create a new belief that's going to help me get the thing that I want in the life that I want to live. And that's how that started. Yep.
Yeah. And that's real talk.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes,
so let's segue. Let's segue into your topic, because we have maybe about 18 minutes.
Okay, I can do it.
So go do your topic and make sure that you, and you know what, and this is just, I'm a work in progress, so I always forget to say this during the broadcast.
It's okay.
Make sure you share this broadcast out and comment. And I'll say, I know with StreamYard, there's something you have to do in order to let the comments be displayed. So make sure you do that. If I'm not responding to it now, it's just that I don't see it on my screen, but we'll definitely go back in and answer any questions or comments that you guys have, as well as share the broadcast out if you know of anyone that you think could benefit from this message. Okay, go ahead, Stacie.
Thank you. I just shared it, in my group and on my business, or not my business page, my personal page, and I'll share some more after I'm done. So the topic that I wanted to talk about today is, like, 5 reasons why your business isn't generating a minimum of $5,000 a month. And that could be cash, not sales, cash, right? So and everything that I'm sharing with you, just know that these are things that I discovered on my journey. I changed those things around. I developed a method, and I'm helping people now in these areas. So just know, like anything that I'm sharing with you, it gives you an opportunity to really evaluate, like, are you doing these things? And if you are, what are you going to do about it from this moment forward? So one of the things that, my clients and I do, like, once we start working together, is really take a look at their foundation of their business, because obviously there's something missing. There's some gaps, there's some holes in their business model that's keeping them from making a minimum of $5,000 every single month in cash, right? That's in profit. And if your goal is to get your business to 6 figures and beyond, the only way that this is going to happen, even before it gets there, like I tell you, even if you are just starting a business, if you get the foundation in place right away, I tell you, you're going to get the results faster. But I know I'm talking about $5,000 a month minimum And that might not be something that some of you might think about going towards, which is fine. So I just wanted to put the 5K in there for anyone that's looking to get there and beyond there. But it still applies to you if you're not thinking about getting there yet. Maybe your goal is just like, you know what, I just want to make a consistent 1K a month, right? Okay, so foundation. Your business is built on a rocky foundation or a shaky foundation, just a foundation to where your business is going to crumble. There's no way for your business to actually grow and thrive. And what I want you to keep in mind is that your business is like an entity of its own. It needs to be nurtured and cared for and evaluated and encouraged, right? And that's what I want you to think about, because I want you to separate yourself from your business, because it's an entity on its own, just like you are an individual on your own. That way it makes it easier for you to really see where the holes are in your business model. So the first thing that could be a reason is your state of mind, right? Your state of mind. And we've already kind of covered some of this already, Jacqueline, but I still want to talk about this because there is something that I call you embodying your wealthy CEO identity, because a lot of us have been raised to have an employee mindset, which is totally different from having an entrepreneur mindset. And usually we discover this like later on. But for those of you that are, early on this journey, like your mindset has got to change, which means like, when we're building businesses, we can't think like an employee. Like we literally need to own and accept that we are the CEO of our businesses, because I know a lot of people are running their businesses like employees. I did it too. I wasn't thinking about, growing a team to help grow the business. It took me 5 years until I started putting team into my business. So, and that had to do with my mindset. So when embodying your wealthy CEO identity means it's not just about money. It means wealthy means you have an abundance of whatever it is. That could be love, relationships, anything, right? But money is definitely included in that. So you really need to evaluate the things that you believe, like what you're capable of. Because if you want 5K more a month, but you really don't believe it, it's not going to happen. Like the thought, you need to like really be aware of the thoughts that you're carrying with you every day, because there are some thought patterns that are a consistent in your everyday life that's keeping you in the same place, right? So one of the things that I love to do and that I recommend my clients do is really do some type of journal exercise. Like, okay, what does the wealthy CEO version of myself do? Like, what does that look like? So you really need to vision cast about like, okay, my business is at $1 million right now, right? You have fun with this, ladies, because like I said, you could say, look, my business is at $10 million right now. So as a $10 million business owner, what kind of thoughts would I be having every single day? Right? What kind of things would I be doing every day? What kind of relationships would I be having in my life? What kind of people would be helping me to sustain my business, right? What kind of values, have my values changed, right? So you're really vision casting, like you're still you, like for real, you're still you. It's just that you're carrying different thoughts and beliefs, what you're changing your whole circumstances. Like you're creating different results by being able to vision cast the $10 million business, or $10 million business version of yourself. I couldn't get that out right. So have fun with this. Like you just really think about what would I be doing? What are my relationships like? What kind of things would be going on in my business? Like just start writing it down, because this can change over time. And you need to actually keep on operating from that place, even if you don't see any results. But you need to be mindful, like how are you showing up in your business every day? Are you showing up as a CEO? Are you showing up like, oh, I'm just going to do things whenever I'm going to do it, right? Like, I mean, I know when I had to embody my version as having $1 million business, I was like, I know what I'm doing exactly in my day. I know what I'm not doing. I know I have a team of people handling, certain things, and I'm only doing the things that cannot be done without me. I know that I'm taking care of my health. I know that I'm, donating to charities. I know that I'm building, wealth reserves for my family, and I'm taking the action to make those things actually happen. It's a step at a time. One of the other things that I'm doing is I'm surveying land because I want to build a house on it, 10 to 20 acres, right? So I might not have the money for it right now, but I can still go look at these things. I can take pictures. I can go on, do camping experiences where I'm on land, so I can feel that, embody that. So that's the first one. So you really need to see where your mindset's at. So embody that. Second thing is, who are you attracting to your business? The only way that you're going to know who you're attracting to your business is by the type of people that are connecting with you. So maybe you have people that you are saying that they can't afford what you have to offer. Maybe you are attracting people that they say they're going to buy something, but guess what? You never hear from them again, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So here's the thing. This is the best analogy I can use. Like when we go fishing, when you go fishing, you have to use certain types of bait in order to attract certain types of fish. So if you are putting a message out there, like a post on social media, a video, audio in the ocean, right? In the ocean, and you're attracting people that aren't highly committed, then you need to take a look at your messaging. Most people don't realize the things that they're saying, that they're putting out to the world to attract the people that they want for their business, to enroll in their products or service. So an exercise that I want you to do, like if you notice that you're not attracting the people that are a perfect match for your products or service, you really need to take a look at what are you saying? Like who are you speaking to in your messaging, right? You could be, what you're saying is the reason you're getting the results that you don't want, excuse me. So a good exercise is to write down defining your dream client. So what's going on in their life that's physically, mentally, emotionally right now. And that has to do, remember, it has to be relevant to how you're going to help them. So what kind of things are they experiencing right now? And then what do they desire? Like what do they want after they get the things that they don't want anymore? Same thing, circumstances, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? And then also you want to make sure that you're actually communicating like the type of people that you work with. You want to work with people that are highly committed. You want to work with people that value investing in themselves to improve the quality of their lives. I don't care what you're selling, you're improving the quality of people's lives. So you want to make sure that you are only speaking to people who value the thing that you are selling. These are people that have already invested in something that you're already offering. That's already proof right there that they value and they're looking to solve a problem. Most of us want to try to help people that we know we can help with their products or services. Those people may not be ready to receive your message yet. So you want to focus on the people that are ready to receive the message, right? They're open, willing, committed to spend their time, money, and energy on improving the quality of their lives. The third thing is, like, once you get those people's attention, your dream clients or customers, usually we get their attention on social media, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. Like once you get those people's attention, you want to get them off these platforms, right? Because we don't own these platforms. It's like us renting on somebody else's land and we can get evicted anytime they want to evict us. So that's how it is with these social media channels. So you want to make sure that you safeguard your business, the future of your business, and the relationships that you've built by moving these people that are receptive to your message, that fit your dream client, right, or customer, move them to a container like an email database, right? I'm pretty sure most of you have heard, like, grow on your email list. Well, you don't want just anybody on your email list. You only want the people who are receptive to your message and the people who are most likely going to invest in what you have to offer. So there's different ways that you can do this. Like you can have them have a call to action, of course, in your messaging for them to book a call with you, or to download a resource, or to send you a message, or to sign up for a free masterclass, or buy this thing. So there's different ways, but the goal is to get them off the platform first, because once you have them on your email list, you can connect with them anytime you want. And plus, you know exactly who is receptive to your message, right? The fourth thing is positioning. So when it comes to positioning, there's like three things here. Are you developing new relationships with people? And I'm talking about people who are successful, who are doing things, not only in your industry, but in the world, because connection is currency. Now, me as an introvert, I don't naturally just like, even though I'm good at making friends, but like there's some introverts, they're making friends all over the place, right? That's not me. So I'm very particular about the people that I want to network with. So the one way that I do that is through collaboration, like what Jacqueline and I are basically doing right now. Like, this is a very aligned way that I want to network, because I know we're co-creating something of value, and we have audiences that complement each other. And that's what you want to make sure you're consistently doing. I make sure I do one type of collaboration project that I create at least once a quarter. I'm not saying that you got to do that, but you need to take a look at, are you expanding your network of other influential people? Because it gives you leverage you can't create by yourself. You can't create it by yourself. We're not supposed to build our businesses alone. We're not supposed to do anything alone. So you have to get out of the mindset of thinking you got to do everything by yourself, because that's what's really going to keep you stuck. Another thing, you have to position yourself as an expert. Or how often are you getting featured in front of other people's audiences? Maybe that's podcast, contributing articles, getting on the stage. There's so many other things. Just make sure that you are being featured, because that instantly increases your credibility, puts you in front of new people all the time. And another thing you want to do is make sure that you are educating people on how you can help them, not just any people, the people that are receptive to your message, that are a good fit for your products or services. You need to educate them on how you're going to help them get from where you are where they are right now to where they desire to go. They need to see what's so unique about your solution compared to anything else that they've tried. So you should have a unique process that you help your clients get the results that they want. So you need to make sure you're regularly letting people know what that is, so they will know like what you're doing is like nothing else on this planet. Last thing is sales. A lot of people miss this by a lot. You want to make sure that you are constantly selling. You are in business. You are supposed to sell every single day. People should understand that they need to invest in whatever you have so they can get the results that you want. We don't question going to the grocery store and buying other people's products and services. We don't think twice about it. We don't think twice about it when we have to go to the doctor. We're like, I don't know. We don't think about that, right? So you want to make sure that you are consistently selling your products or services, because even if people have been in your audience for a long time, they're so caught up in their lives, they forget. Like, it is your responsibility to help them. So those are the 5 reasons why your business may not be making $5K a month or more. And those 5 things, you need to make sure that they're working at the same time. So that's mindset, creating awareness, lead generation, positioning yourself, and sales. That's the foundation for your business. And you should know by now which one you're not really making a priority in your business. And that's it. And did you want me to share, like, if they want to learn more about
absolutely.
process? So you can go to, and thank you, Jacqueline. So you can go to unleashyourambition.com. And I have a process that's called the Attract, Engage, and Profit Framework. And that's what I take all my clients through. So I am actually offering a masterclass that's not up on my site yet, but it will be up there today. And just go to unleashyourambition.com. And if you are interested in joining this masterclass, that's going to help you go through this process. And we're doing this together, just to let you know. We're doing this together so you can evaluate like where you need to make improvements and how you're going to be able to do that according to your vision, mission, and personality. So You can go to my site right now and put in go to contact us and just fill out the form and say that you want to join the masterclass. And that's it. Oh, and I can be connected. You can connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, Unleash Your Ambition, LLC.
Yes. Yeah, I had to go on mute. My son was really performing here in the background. So okay, so good. So at least you all know how to contact her. Her links are included in the write-up. And I was going to say something else. So that's the mastermind. That's the Unleash Your Ambition mastermind.
Unleash Your Ambition is just the name of my company.
Right. Okay.
The mastermind itself, I have an entry-level program. It's the Attract, Engage, and Profit Incubator, and that's where I help people build their foundation. It's like a 6-month container. I have another one, but you have to have your foundation first before you can do the advanced stuff. So if they're interested in joining the incubator, then they'll just go to unleashyourambition.com/incubator.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So definitely connect with Stacey Walker if you need some assistance, whether you're not making, maybe, because I know a lot of us are in the place where we're making kind of sporadic sales, but she can definitely help you identify those holes in your foundation, basically. And and it's not too late, even if you just started or if you've been in business a few years, it's not too late to go ahead and get that foundation solid. So go ahead and reach out to her, and she'll definitely assist you, definitely. So you can start generating consistent income in your business. So we're going to go ahead and close out. Thank you so much, Stacie, for coming on the show and giving us your knowledge and your expertise. So much appreciated. And it's always such a pleasure speaking with you.
Well, thank you. It's been an absolute honor. Thank you.
So everyone, thank you for joining and tuning in. And for those of you also that will catch the replay, for those of you that do catch the replay, let us know that you're a replay viewer. And again, feel free to leave any questions or comments that you may have. Also, share the broadcast out, because other people may be on the verge of giving up, and this may be some information that could help them. You could be giving a lifeline to someone. So please share the broadcast out. And again, join me. I'm Jacqueline Kabah-Harrison for every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for A Queens Roundtable Show. We always give practical tools and tips to help you scale your business. And if you are an expert, you're a consultant, a coach, author, you want to spotlight your business, you want to share with your audience, you want to build your audience, expand your brand, please contact me and to be a guest on the show. I would love to hear from you, would love to have you on the show. So thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, take care, everybody.